Welcome to another edition of Swim Easy Speed. My name is Tim Floyd. I'm a longtime swim and triathlon coach. Today we're going to be, we've had a number of people on the team, usually on a regular basis, but since we're in the season, training for some marathon open water swims, and we had two that went down to El Cruce, which is in, you swim from Cancun to Isla Mujeres, so you do that little crossing right there, which is 10 kilometers. And they went down. It didn't really work out for the weekend. The weather got really bad kind of at the beginning of the race, and the whole race got called off. So they were about 40 minutes in, I think, when everybody got pulled from the water. But I thought what I'd do is show you some video of I had one of the guys, Jesse Robinson, in the endless pool, and we just kind of took a look at his stroke and just to kind of check it out and see what it looks like. So you can see what guys training for a 10K, what their stroke looks like. Now, Jesse does come from a swimming background, and I think this was the first 10K that he's trained for, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll just take a look. So here we go. And I'll just let it kind of go through, and you can see what he looks like without any commentary. Okay, so we're going to rewind it a little bit, and we'll take you back and just start to break down a stroke and show you what we talked about and what we were trying to address. And okay, so, the first thing you see is that, he's pretty long in the water. The typical things that we see, so, hips and head and shoulders are kind of on the water line. Hips are up. The endless pool is pushing his feet down just a little bit, but that is nowhere near what you see with most people. He's got a nice fluid stroke. There's not, any big hiccups, or he doesn't have a lot of bounce. He's got a nice rhythm. He has been dealing with a little bit of a shoulder issue in this shoulder right here, so his left shoulder. And we can talk about kind of where that's coming from. Here, this was kind of the one thing that we really worked on when we were in the endless pool. You can see that he's mostly kind of, wrist below elbow, elbow below shoulder for the most part. He's pressing down and pressing down. He didn't pull himself forward. You can see that transition right there. And then on the right side, he pulls out a little wide. It looks like there. It looks better when you look at it from the head on. But, that was kind of the thing we worked on, was just trying to get into that high elbow catch a little bit sooner, so he was pulling himself forward sooner. The other thing, when we get to the next video, when we're looking at it from the top down, look, he's, got a lot of... he's pretty straight right down the middle right there. A little bit kind of where that leg's going out just a tad, but not much. His feet are pretty much together the whole time. They come apart a little bit on the breath. You see a little bit of instability there, but not huge. Here's kind of the big thing that we, besides that high elbow catch that we were trying to work on, you can see with the left right here. Okay, so this... Just track it as he goes back. And actually, you know what? Why don't we do the right first so you can see what I'm talking about. So here's the right goes in. He grabs the water. He goes out a little bit there, but he's really pulling under his body there. And you can see that really good surge that he gets from that stroke. Now, with the left, see how it just goes really, really wide and there isn't that much of a surge? That's when he does that, so out wide right there, okay, basically all of the pressure is going on the top part of his shoulder, the front of his shoulder. He's taking kind of the lat out of the equation to pull. And then we're going to get a good shot here of the underwater. So you can see, from this angle, he's a little wide right there. So basically all of the pressure pulling is all kind of right there on his shoulder. So if you get kind of either, it's kind of right in here, or you get a little bit farther down the arm, so right on this tendon right here, that's kind of typically like bicep tendonitis, and it's just you're putting all that pressure right on the top part of your shoulder when it should be distributed between your pec and your lat and your deltoid and your trap and your scapular muscles, all those big muscles of the pull that we want to get to work together all at the same time. Because remember that the basically the best part of the stroke. Okay, so if we got here's our little stick figure guy, side profile view here on the water. So here's his arm kind of coming down, straight down right there. So we're 90 degrees from that shoulder joint. So basically from effectively kind of your nose through your belly button, that's where you can get a really, really good pull on the water. You've got the best leverage to accelerate yourself forward, to use all those muscles in conjunction with one another, to pull you, to drive you forward in the water. And that's ultimately what we're looking to do. So minimal amount of drag, maximum amount of leverage on the water. Yeah, that's kind of the beginnings of efficiency. So, but no, Jesse, I talked to him and he said he was feeling really good. He was, bummed that they didn't get the race because he was feeling good in the water. There's more and more, I've noticed more and more triathletes that are starting to get into, kind of marathon, ultra marathon swimming. So marathon swim is 10K and above. Ultra marathon is kind of above that. And they're taking a lot of the concepts and ideas from triathlon training, and particularly kind of run training, and trying to apply it to swimming. And you can do it that way without a doubt. It's not the most effective or efficient way to train, and you're typically going to open yourself up for a lot more kind of shoulder injury. So it's just something to be kind of careful of and aware that, you want to get with kind of someone that's got a lot of experience coaching swimmers in marathon, ultra marathon type swims. So that's my little PSA for today. So as always, thank you for tuning in, and we will catch you at the next analysis we do. Thanks again for tuning in.